great-aunt Jean Kennedy, who served as an Army decoder and signaller on these very grounds of St Peter's during World War II. She is now in her 90s. My great-great-grandmother's brother John served with the Australian 3rd Field Ambulance at Gallipoli. Known in my mum's family as Uncle Jack, he was a bit of a larrikin, the class clown, always in trouble with the Merchant Navy, mainly for being absent without leave. As a boy, he didn't want to work in the underground mines in North East England, so he came to Australia and worked on ships, like many members of my grandfather's family. He wasn't a very prolific letter writer, but his family always waited eagerly for news of him. A letter to his mother reads, "I will be home for my duck at Christmas. I say, do you remember when I pinched that duck?" By all accounts, he was a very ordinary man. He received no Victoria Cross, just his regular service medals to which he was entitled. If he'd been given a Victoria Cross, there are indications that he would have said, "I was just doing my job," an ordinary man. Now, at an Anzac Day service here at school just a couple of years ago, I watched a small group of junior school students, just like you, enthralled by the bugle players' rendition of the Last Post, and I caught their delightful, innocent faces. Some of them gazed in wonder, and some were deep in thought, and one little boy covered his ears and pulled a face at the very loud noise. At that moment, I thought again of Uncle Jack, and I knew that if he was watching that little boy, he would have understood, smiled, and probably would have covered his ears too, but he was just an ordinary man. Now, Uncle Jack never had the chance to marry and have children, and I wonder, if he had, what would they look like? Would they look like both my Uncle Jack and my grandfather, with the hugest ears you'd ever seen? I look at those old family photographs of Jack and his 2 sisters. One of them is my great-grandmother. I look at him and I see my grandfather's likeness. I look at his sister Peggy and I see my mother, also known as Peggy, staring back from the page. Just ordinary people in ordinary family photos. But Uncle Jack never had children because he was killed by snipers at Gallipoli on the 19th of May 1915. He will have no direct descendants representing him at tomorrow's dawn service in Turkey. If he had survived, he probably would have been court-martialed for disobeying orders. He shouldn't have been there. He was told not to go. But something happened to Uncle Jack at Gallipoli. This very ordinary man, always in trouble, became a hero. Against orders, he rescued injured men for 23 days in the face of enemy fire, where others would not go. With his donkey Murphy, it is estimated that he saved around 300 lives. My great-great-uncle Jack, as you may have guessed, was John Kirkpatrick Simpson, the man with the donkey at Gallipoli. Remember that he and many thousands of other ordinary men served and died, doing extraordinary deeds, that each of us may all have the chance to live in this country as free people, ordinary people. I'm not saying this to boast of his exploits or my relationship with him, but to let you know that even ordinary people like you and I can be called upon at any time, not just during the horrors of war, to take that leap of faith and do extraordinary things for each other. And if one day you make that pilgrimage to the shores of Gallipoli and stand at that very famous grave of John Kirkpatrick Simpson, please pause for a moment, say hello to my Uncle Jack and his friends and of course Melody, but also lift up your eyes at the graves of those not so famous extraordinary heroes whose names have faded into history, for they deserve your honour too.